Hey, what's up guys? A new evolution has blasted its way into the arena. After cycling 2 Goblin Barrels, the third one is evolved. The evolved Goblin Barrel blasts 2 Goblin Barrels, one onto each tower. The first Goblin Barrel is the exact same, but the second one has decoy goblins that do the same damage as regular Goblin Barrel, but have 40% the health. As you can imagine, the decoy goblin dies quick, so it's best to royally support it with recruits so it can reach its fullest potential. The best evolved Goblin Barrel deck has 7 log bait cards to make your opponents constantly waste their spells. Now with recruits on both sides, wall breakers charging through, princesses attacking from the river, and double the Goblin Barrels, this deck devours towers and engulfs opponents in utter chaos. It's time to create double the trouble and assert dominance. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on any of the daily videos. And big barrels of love covering the support of the channel with creator code SirTag. This guy's got the Mother Witch banner, but he's not going to be baiting us. We've got the immense pressure with the log bait paired with recruits. Generally, if people are going to be running Mother Witch, it's going to be better for us to not go super aggressive with a Goblin Barrel and wall breakers all at the start of the match. But after seeing Goblin Drill and Tombstone, oh wow, I was going to say there would not be a Mother Witch, but there is. So Clash Royale is cooking me. Just a little bit of a crazy sir here. Anyway, we want to go in for a Goblin Gang and wall breakers on the right-hand side because no Mother Witch in cycle and also no Tombstone. So this is our opportunity to find damage. And we get it. Let's go. So I'm going to go Rascals here, and this is a bit mischievous, but I think it's the right play. If our drill counters are going to be here with the log, then we should be fine if we can get a princess down in the nick of time. If he pops an ability, then he has no way of pressuring on defense against these Rascals. Oh my gosh, he doesn't even care. He's just going all in for the win. Is he able to secure a lot of damage? Yeah, it's kind of bad for us. I mean, who would have thought someone would be running Skeleton King with Mother Witch? Like, that's not really a traditional card combination, unless it's a Royal Giant deck. You know what? We could go for recruits at the start, right at the river, and then maybe protect our princess. If he's not able to Barber on that, he might just lose the game. I think that this princess could hypothetically do all of his tower if he didn't go for the wizard there. I mean, he's spending a bunch of elixir, and the cool thing is, wizard gets fully countered besides one wizard shot on your tower. So, looking at it from that perspective, our spear goblins are able to incinerate the rest of the Mother Witch. Oh my gosh, it just died to the wall breakers instead. What is this game? This is wild. We're depleting all the daggers from the Duchess, so then we can go in for a confident Goblin Barrel here and get even more damage.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
This is beautiful. Being able to bolster up an offense potential against someone with Mother Witch when you're running bait should not be that good. But it's working wonderfully. We snagged a tower. We might lose the tower on the right, but we're up a considerable margin so we can continuously apply more pressure. So this is one of those situations where we slow roll a princess to the back, and besides the bridge spam us, we've got recruits. It's nice because they can't go for a log or an arrows on top of the princess because you have so many other ways of applying pressure that they have to respect. So if I go for wall breakers right now, I think he might just leave. Yeah, he literally left the game. Doesn't want to play. He saw the evolved wall breakers. He's like, dude, I'm out of this thing. I just hate Clash Royale. When I match into recruits plus Goblin Barrel and princess spammed at the river, it's all too much for me to deal with mentally. So his tower's combusted, and we're trusting this deck as we push up ranks onto the next one. Our recruits have enlisted an army of bait carts to catch as many rage quits as we possibly can. Yo, this guy's got the pixelated barbarian, and he's about to get pixelated. Gone into the distance as soon as he gets destroyed by our princess. I was going to say pixelated by the princess, but she's not going to fully encapsulate the damage that we need. She is going to do around 400 for 3 elixir, which is kind of insane, especially when you have the Dagger Duchess to pick up the slack so your opponent can't pick up any damage. So we're going to score even more damage with the Dark Goblin locking on the tower. It does only 1 hit before the Dagger Duchess finishes it off, but it's still pretty nice. Also, we're going to go Rascals here. I hate playing against wizards. Wizards are the bane of existence for this deck. But if you can have the thick boy tanking for your Goblin Gang afterward, like we did, that's the way that you want to play it. Your opponent is likely going to go for a rage or arrows to finish off your Rascal girls, and then you have the thrill of spamming more stuff directly into them. Wait, I'm pretty confident that I might be able to get recruits down here. Nah. Please, can we just defend this? Is there any will? Is there any way if I log, please, princess, don't die. Oh, you still got hit. She walked right into that bat. How is she hitting the tower instead of the fisherman? One more. Let's go. This is the start that we like to see because we know our opponent's going to go for a wizard. So One thing that's kind of fun is knowing that the fisherman dies to the Dagger Duchess with 0 damage. A little bit stupid. But if you didn't know that interaction, you might have dropped recruits at the river, applied pressure, and then went right into a wizard, and then you would have had to go for a Dark Goblin to make a prediction and finish off the wizard. The guy's going to go wizard now, slow rolling in the back, so he's a little bit of a smarter Sir than we expected. I did not want him to be an intelligent individual. We want to go in for the Goblin Barrel here, though, because we want to cycle the evolution. Really weren't able to show that in full form in the last game. It's not necessarily an easy thing to do in these type of plays, because obviously the opponent is going to be able to kill the Dark Goblin. It's important for us to protect it as much as we possibly can. It will deal more damage than the Rascal Girls. That's why we put precedence on defending there. Also, we can go Goblin Gang in the middle. Ooh, this is looking really dicey. I think we were going to separate out our Princess and our Goblin Gang. We're expecting him to try to go for a spell, and if he does, then we can go for Wall Breakers and kite his units the other side. So notice how I had a foolproof plan. I was like, okay, we've got multi-layered defenses. Goblin Gang, you're the first safe for us. And if you fail, then we've got other options. Oh, wait. Can the recruits tank the targeting? Nah, it's not happening. That was so overly optimistic. Oh, I messed up again. I tried to snipe the Harry Potter, but the sorcery is too strong. Oh, wait, this is looking really wrong. How do we do that damage? Okay, so there's one thing that I have to tell y'all. If you level up your star level, it is pay to lose a little bit. People can identify what Goblin Barrel you're throwing at them. And maybe in the next patch, maybe Clash Royale will be like, hey, the Goblin Barrel, look at the Goblin Barrel Evolution. We're finally going to drop it for the first time. It will be noticeable. Like, he can exactly know which one we're going to go with. Like, he knows it's on the right. He knows the real one's on the right. Yeah, so he's just going to arrows that. But look at that. We're still doing so much damage. Wait, that's kind of insane. That's kind of crazy. How did the fake Goblin Barrel do that amount of damage? It's basically Faker. It's microing like League of Legends.
Oh, look at the cleanse, look at the moves! Faker, what was that?
Oh no, dude, it's popping off. All right, we can go for a Goblin Gang here with the Princess. I think he's gonna probably arrows, so we don't want to go for recruits just yet. Wait, if we go for recruits here, we go Wall Breakers, and then we go in for a Goblin Barrel. It's insane. I mean, the goblins, the fake dummy goblins, do just as much damage as the original ones. They just have less health. Oh, the Goblin Barrel's on the tower. Let's go. It's awesome destroying the most prevalently played deck by pro players. I hate losing to this giant deck, and we totally triumphed. We barreled through the best deck in the game without any problems. Hey, this guy's got the Knight in the banner, and I feel like he's not ready for our royalty. The Knight is meant to protect the recruits, but today they are on opposing sides. So we're gonna rush through with our recruits at the start. It's not even like we got the evolution, but I just want to put him in a position of pure panic. So I can maybe go in for a Princess at the river here. This is a bit of an adventurous play, cycling a Princess, but it's protected by the recruits. The royalty is here. We're all assembled, and we're forcing out a Royal Ghost. This makes me feel like we're playing against a bridge spam strategy or something that's going to be very obnoxious. I'm going to try to log this just to finish off Harry Potter so I don't take as much damage. Then we can go in for, I think, Rascals is going to be our best bet. Yo, somehow, I don't understand. The Thick Boy was targeted by everything. Like, no damage on top of our pristine Rascals. PSA 10, mint condition Rascals. The girls were just chilling there alone without any harm done. Also, I might be able to go in for recruits again at the river. If we go for recruits and then we go for Dark Goblin on the left, we're probably going to force out a spell. I just don't... Oh my gosh. What the heck? Does that count as a spell, guys? He used the shield to shield himself. And it worked out, but he also wasted an evolution. I've never seen a wizard placement like that before in my life. Also, the Dark Goblin getting bopped towards the tower, that's also an interaction that I've never seen. Like, I've never seen someone tornado or fisherman or pull a Dark Goblin near their tower. That was just really funny. I don't know. Thousands of games played with bait decks, and that's never been an interaction I've witnessed. So I'm going to try to go for Rascals again, and maybe we can preserve the precious girl Rascals again. Beautiful. Oh, dude, he's going to go and yoink again. Yoink again, please. Thick Boy on the tower, possibly, maybe. Not going to happen. But we deplete all of the ammunition, and then the Rascal should be able to get 1 or 2 shots on the tower. 2 hits. Hey, that bubblegum must hurt, bro. I feel like that's not good. It's popping through your damage. All right, I'm going to go for, I think we got to go Rascals on the Wizard. There's no other real way of countering the Wizard with our deck. Like, that is one of the main weaknesses. And it's Giant Wizard. Dude, we just beat a Giant deck, and now you have to give me the giant surprise of giving me a demise. We hate it. We hate it. We hate it so much. This is awful. Like, what am I supposed to do here? I guess I go in for Goblin Gang and then go in for Rascals up top. So then the Wizard locks onto the Thick Boy, so then our Goblin Gang stays alive. But notice how the Rascal girls just immediately died. This is horrendous. How am I supposed to stop this? I guess we got to go princess as well. I mean, maybe we can kill the wizard. Yo, it worked!
Just then, the king felt true fear for the first time.
Oh, there's another one! Screw you, dude. Don't do that to me. Right when we thought we were out of the woodwork, he goes in for another. He really would. Oh, truly tragic. I mean, I think I lose. I just don't see a universe where I'm able to put away with the W. I got to go for, like, recruits here. Maybe that the Dark Goblin's going to stay alive a little bit longer. Possibly going for a princess. Maybe find a way through with a Goblin Barrel. I definitely have to go in for opposite lane pressure as much as possible. This is a really, really bad position. We have 500 health on our tower and a dream. He can also void me if he's feeling frisky. Fortunately for us, we should be able to kill the majority of this stuff if we just go in for a Goblin Gang now and then go in for Rascals afterward. I think this is okay. I actually kind of like this. I might have to log that so we don't take that hit. All right, yeah, log was necessary, but now this is the time to shine, Goblin Barrel. If you don't work right now, we are never going to use you again. You have to do it. If this doesn't work, this is the perfect opportunity to pop off. We're going in for the goblins on the left. The dummy goblins are doing damage. We're able to get the wall breakers on the right. That is so much value. And the rascals barely put out the rest of the damage and secure the bag. Wow. Comebacks against adventurers, P.E.K.K.A. Void decks with Giant. They always hit different. When you're winning the match the entire time, it's kind of like, oh, I expected to win, no big deal. But when you're down and out in a deplorable position against a deck that's overpowered, those are the best feelings in Clash Royale. Yo, this guy's gonna have an Electro Giant in the banner. There's no way that anyone's playing that. That is one of the worst cards in the game right now. So I'm gonna go Goblin Barrel, and one of the reasons why our deck is so good is because most people should not be running Electro Giant just because it is an inferior tank to Giant. It's pretty bad compared to Golem. It's actually even worse than Elixir Golem. You rather run every other tank because you get more effectiveness from those cards. And Giant, we should be able to melt with our Rascals, our high damage of our Dark Goblin. The Electro Giant you can kill from a Dark Goblin, but it's not necessarily very easy. You can't drop Goblin Gang because it's just gonna die. Also, Rascals again locking onto the tower. Dude, how many times are we going to match into the same Giant deck over and over again? Just like different versions of it. Like they all run like either P.E.K.K.A. or like Lightning Giant instead of Void. I guess there's different flavors. I'm happy it's not the exact same thing. It is similar, but he changed the card. He's got Lightning instead of Void. A true pioneer. And hopefully he's got Lightning and Void. He just left. That's hilarious. I actually feel like if we can counter people that are building their disgusting Frankenstein meta deck and make them rage quit, that's an absolute win for me. Everyone that plays against this deck that spams this CRL emote and solely stays in the game as they get street crowd, it brings me an immeasurable amount of joy as we tear his towers apart. Playing the definition of meta and getting destroyed is absolutely deserved. This guy's got Balloon in the banner and in his name. And honestly, there's 2 L's in his name, so maybe we're gonna hand him his third. So there's gonna be triple L Loon. Oh my gosh, dude. If I Princess at the Bridge, we are the definition of annoying. And guess what? We got a couple rage quits today. We're on a mission to collect another one. Also, we got this guy to go for a bar barrel at the start, so please don't tornado my Goblin Barrel. Oh, I manifested the worst possible interaction. That sucks. That's really bad. So we're now in a particularly bad position where our opponent's got Bowler, Tornado, and Bar Barrel. Pray for me, guys. I don't know if I'm going to stay alive in this one. We're going to go for recruits, and maybe he doesn't hit them like Candlestick Bowling, but he is rolling some strikes. He only got 1 strike, actually. Struck out. Bowler died way faster than I anticipated. All right, we're going to go for Wall Breakers here and a Dark Goblin in the middle. Please. Okay, he didn't do it. I was hoping he'd Bar Barrel on top of the Dark Goblin and then miss the Goblins. And, missed the wall breakers as well, but it didn't happen. The thing is, I'm not missing out on a beautiful interaction here. Oh, I lied. I think we're dead. I don't think we're defending this. Maybe we're okay. I don't know. Rascals, please target the balloon. Don't get us popped out here. Yo, let's go. We're vibing. All right. So in this type of environment, it's important for us to go opposite lane. If we go same side, we're dead. There's just no way to win it if you go same side as your opponent. Try to make sure that they spend negative elixir trades because the high cost cards are bound to give them bad interactions. So again, he's probably only going to get 1 bowler shot based off the last interaction. It should, oh, it got another one. I'm going to say it should only get 1, but it got 2 this time. Great. All right, so I guess I go for a Goblin Gang on the right-hand side to keep his elixir low. I think he's in a bad spot. We'll see. Barrel Barrel just dies to our tower. The Dark Goblin locks onto the tower. Let's go. If you guys saw what I did, is I connivingly allocated Elixir on the other side of the Dark Goblin so he wasn't able to hit multiple things with the Barrel Barrel. Now I'm going to go for Goblin Barrel Wall Breakers because I don't think he's going to be able to effectively finish that off. And hopefully his Inferno Dragon just flies into the Abyss all alone. That's what we want to see. Also, maybe going for Recruits if he decides to go for a Balloon. Might not be a bad decision. All right, yeah, please Recruits, stop the Knight, stop the Knight, stop the Knight. No, it targeted the Knight. I'm so dead now. I'm so dead. It wasn't supposed to do that to me. Oh my gosh, dude. Mamma mia. Not good. All right, please over defend. Please over defend. All right, he's not over defending as much as we needed him to. We're gonna go for a Goblin Barrel here. We're dropping everything that we own in our name. Please lock onto the tower. Come on, Dark Goblin. Do enough damage for the one time. No. So if you are unlucky enough to match into someone with Bowler, Tornado, Barrel, Freeze, and then also Balloon, even if it's so close, 1 second left, 21 HP on the tower, you can't win them all. If I snagged the left-hand tower, I would have won the game because the right-hand side was really within reach with only 1,000 health left. Sometimes cheesy freeze players with an abundance of answers to bait can hang on for the last couple seconds. We almost popped his party and took the other tower, but hey, you can't win every game, we'll bounce on next one. All right, after that loss, it's our time to shine. And also, I don't know if y'all saw, but he's got an Elixir Golem in the banner. So we're gonna put our party hat on and part ways with our Elixir, spamming our recruits in the back to rustle and bustle through. It feels weird because cycling the recruits every single time, and you're like, evolution, next one, yeah. But then you have to remind yourself that the evolution recruits are actually straight up inferior in this deck because they just don't put in enough damage and stats compared to the other evolved cards that you could be doing. There's an opportunity cost at hand. When you run the recruits evolution, then you don't have two other evolutions that you could possibly be playing. And in this case, the Evolved Wall Breakers and Evolved Goblins are just way better. And it just allows you more options, whereas the recruits, all they give you is a charge, where you know, if you're going into an Evolved Tesla, if you're going into like other cards that can counter it, there's just really no point. So again, we're going to be a devious sir. We're going to be the leader of this man's clan because we have a plan of ignoring everything. When you have the Dagger Duchess and your opponent's throwing a 3 elixir cost card at you, you say, hey man, thanks for the free elixir. We don't care. Because the fisherman gets melted by that. It is insane how lucrative you can be if you just decide to ignore stuff when you have Dagger Duchess. I'm going to go Princess here, and then we're going to go in for a Dark Goblin in the middle. We're going to try to stack up our stuff so maybe we can get through. Oh my gosh, she's going to go Recruits. Princess is on the tower. This is huge. I might even be able to log to finish off the Archer. I think that's worth it because Princess doing more damage means we can get more value. And again, you already know we're ignoring almost everything. Not everything entirely, but pretty much. The way I like to see it is if our opponent's dropping 3 elixir, then you can kind of ignore it. If they're dropping more than that, like, you know, the Archer and other supplementary cards, we had to drop a Goblin Gang because otherwise it would have been too much for us to deal with. All right, I want to go for a Goblin Barrel here again. We want to get to the evolution, so I think that's the best card to cycle here. And then we can go for our recruits in the back, build up a big push, go for Wall Breakers with that, go Goblin Barrel Evolution, and then win the game. Takes a while for the recruits to walk their way up. They're a little bit of doing a leisurely stroll. I think that this will do a huge toll on his tower if we can unleash the Goblin Barrel at the correct point in time. Also, we might be able to cycle 2 logs here. I think that is our best bet. He's gonna cycle arrows, but he doesn't hit the princess, so that's huge. I might go for recruits again, actually. Yeah, screw it. Let's go recruits part 2. Keeping the princess alive is paramount. He's going to do the same thing on us. And as you can see, we guessed correctly because he's going to go in for the Goblin Barrel on the lower health tower. So obviously, we're going to try to protect that one. We're going to go in for our princess here. We're going to go for Rascals. Expect him to drop a unit. If we can catch the archers, that would be huge. Yo, we got him the arrows. He has nothing left over. He is so screwed right now. Goblin Barrel, Wall Breakers coming through. He's going to try to go for the Little Prince ability, but it's not coming down in time. Let's go. Collecting a dominant W against another mirror matchup, declaring this deck's dominance as the best deck with the Goblin Barrel Evolution. While it might not be the strongest evolution in the game, it's barrels of fun constantly bombarding your opponent with bait cards. And you can collect a lot more rage quits than you typically would.
Look at this, it's perfect!
Blast the like button with the barrel if you enjoyed today's video, subscribe for more daily content, and have an amazing rest of your day.